Hey, it's Mr. Bass. This is my tournament rig right here, my Hobie Pro Angler 14 with the Mirage 360 drive. Just thought I'd give you a thorough walkthrough so that you can see what I've got on the boat this year, and let's get going. I have the Hobie Pro Angler 14 with the 360 drive. This is my third Hobie Pro Angler 14 with the 360 drive. It's a great boat. I love it. And part of the reason I love it for tournament fishing, it's a big boat. It handles big water well. It's very stable when you stand up in it. And it's just a great fishing platform. So I think I'll start at the bow and then just work my way down to the stern. Up at the front here, this boat has a great carrying handle. Some guys put bow mounted trolling motors. I have not done that, but I do have what I call the puck. This is what we used to call the Lowrance puck. This is the Garmin puck, which gives me a pinpoint GPS accurate location for my waypoints and my navigation on my Garmin transducer. Going up under the hatch at the bow, I've installed these Yak Power lights. I really like them quite a bit. As you can see, when they're turned on, they are very bright. I don't really have any problems with them other than the fact that you have to drill holes. And I made a big screw up. Notice this right here. I wanted to put it up high so that I could be as high above the water line as possible. But the rod tubes inside, the built-in rod tubes, were in the way here. So, dumb me, I went ahead and drilled the hole first. Then when I tried to put this in, it wouldn't fit. So I had to lower it. So, just FYI, if you're doing something similar, make sure you measure on the inside as well. Okay, another thing I love about the Hobie Pro Angler is this enormous hatch. I have a lithium ion battery here that I keep in this bag. This is a fireproof bag and it also keeps it waterproof. It's a 46 amp hour 12 volt battery. I use this for my nav lights, my electronics, everything except my motor. As far as anchors go, this is usually what I'm using. I do have a power pole micro anchor that I will sometimes put on the stern, but I have my Newport Vessels motor right now, so this is all I'm using for anchoring, and it fits great up here on these tracks. Usually I'll put it on this one like so, and it works really well, quite frankly. Not very sophisticated or fancy, but I really don't need to anchor that often. Okay, if you take the bucket out, inside here you'll see I have one of these plates. I don't remember where I got it, Innovative Sportsman or somewhere, that has my Yak Power control module, and then it also has my Garmin, basically the brains behind your forward-facing sonar, your Panoptics. Works great here, fits great here, fantastic. And then I have a couple of these little battery operated lights that I just stuck on in dark if I really need to see. I've got a built-in light there. This right here, this bad boy, is the main reason I buy Pro Angler 14s. This 360 drive, this little bad boy, 360 degrees, with the kick-up turbo fins, it's a thing of beauty. It's the best part of this boat. All right, here's my controls for my fish finder and my nav lights and all my electronics right there. I usually always put it here on the Pro Angler. Sometimes I have it on this side, sometimes I put it on this side. This year I put it on this side. Really like it. I use this Yak Attack mount for my Garmin fish finder. This is the 93 UHD, I believe. Great fish finder, works great. It's got Panoptics, forward-facing sonar. And here's the little bad boy. And this is an arm bracket, steering control arm that fits in this plate here that attaches to the H-rail. It's very simple. It's a simple design. You just drop it in, you flip this around to lock it in place, and then you can steer and point your sonar whichever direction you need to point it. It just works great. And then when you get in low water or rocky water or places where you don't need to use this, no big deal. Pop it out, stash it in the boat, you're good to go. Great design, very simplistic. I love it. And this is adjustable. You can see the holes in it so that you can screw this and adjust it for if you want a longer one or not. I keep it at the shortest and it seems to work just fine. Now, one of the frustrating things about the Pro Angler is they don't have a good solution for paddle stowage. They do give you this 3-tiered rod holder setup or paddle holder. I don't know what they call it. I use it for my paddle. I usually do not put a rod in it, but I usually have a paddle in it. I usually only have one paddle in it. And it works because I don't have to use the paddle very much. If I had to paddle a lot, I would not like this option, but that's what I'm using. I've used it for the last couple of years and it does work fine. As far as interior storage, most people buy this bucket separate. I always buy the bucket. I really like the bucket. I think it's a great option. So this is one of the things I really love about the Pro Angler. Great storage in here. I also do keep a pump in here in case I take on water, that I can pump water, get it pumped out very quickly. This is the cables for my transducer. Okay, these foot pedals are aftermarket foot steering for my Newport Vessels NK 180 trolling motor in the back of the boat. They work great. I installed this all myself. Plastic tubing inside the boat. Run this cord to your foot pedals and it steers excellently. It works great. Very, very happy with my foot steering. Out here on the H-rail, this is a bin that you can buy separately. I'm pretty sure it doesn't come with the boat. And I keep it attached on the outside. Seems to work fine. I keep cutters tethered to it. I'll attach pliers to it. Works good. This right here is one of the most valuable pieces of equipment on my boat beyond anything else, because when I've landed a fish, I need a place to stick my rod. This external rod holder, you have to buy it separately, but I absolutely love it. You can adjust it. You can flip this open like this and then adjust this different directions if you prefer. But this is the angle that I like to stick my rod in, and then I can take my fish off of my hook, deal with the fish, don't have to worry about the rod, then I can go back to fishing. I've got a cup holder. I like it crammed right back here in the corner. I absolutely use the cup holder. I use it a lot. The Hobie Vantage seat is probably the best kayak seat on the market in my opinion. It's incredibly comfortable. It's very adjustable. You can adjust your seat part up and down. You can adjust your back forward and back to suit you. It has a really good lumbar adjustment in the back. It's great, and it's very easy to put in and out. And I will take it out so that you can see my tackle storage that I have for underneath the seat. This is, I think Innovative Sportsman makes this. It can hold 6 3700 series tackle boxes. It also holds 36s. You can see I've got smaller ones in here. It has these bungees that keep your tackle in the box so you can drive down the road with your boxes in, and I do that. I usually just keep them in there and drive down the road. The thing that I do not like about it, and it's about the only thing I don't like about it, is you cannot see what's in these when you're sitting in your seat. And it's kind of a pain to reach in here and pull something out. I think if I had the same thing in each shelf every time, every tournament, so that I just memorized it, knew what was in there, it would be great. I do get frustrated that I waste time trying to find stuff in these trays. Now, if I used 6 3700s, it might not be a problem, but I usually don't use 3700s on the kayak. Rarely do I. One nice thing about it though is these shelves are removable, so if you have a deep soft plastics box or something you want to put in there, you could do that. You can change it any way you want. You can take all the shelves out of one side and have 3 shelves on the other side. It fits nicely, it stays in there nicely, it's durable. I don't have any problems with the quality or the durability of it. One of my favorite features of this boat, and one of the main reasons I keep coming back to it, is I really love the horizontal rod storage. 3 rod tubes on this side, 3 rod tubes on the port side. I use them all the time, and for me, I really love horizontal rod storage. That's very, very important to me. I've installed one of these burly buckets on the side to put lures and stuff in, one of these bins. I really like it. I do wish that there was another place for it so that it wouldn't interfere with my rods. You know, it takes up room here where my rods could be, but it's not a deal breaker. I definitely prefer having the bucket over the, this is what comes with it, this kind of rubbery envelope. It's fine, it works too, but for me, I like the bucket much better. I usually keep my measuring board back here behind the seat until I need it for measuring, and then I will attach it to the leg up here of my seat and keep it up front during the tournament day. All right, I have the Boondocks landing gear, which also has a great rail here that you can attach things to. I have my ram mount base, and this is where my camera pole goes. I don't have it installed on here today, but that's where it goes, right behind my head. It works great, and it fits on this bracket just fantastic. As far as the wheels go, I don't really use them or need them very often, but when you need them, you need them. It's a super heavy boat, so I like to have the landing gear for those times when I'm not trailering. But most of the time I'm trailering, and if I'm trailering, I don't really need the wheels. As far as crates go, I switched from the H crate to the Black Pack Pro this year. Like the lemming that just follows the crowd, apparently. To tell you the truth, the H crate is just as good as this crate, in my opinion, with one exception, and that's the rod tubes. These rod tubes are amazing. The built-in tethers are amazing. The fact that you can put them on bases and turn them is amazing, and that is why I went with the Black Pack Pro. The inside of the crate is a crate. It's a crate, it's a crate, it's a crate. It's a fancy milk crate. But all these holes give the option to add track like I've done here, to put my nav light on. That is handy, that's kind of cool. But for me, the real selling point of the Black Pack Pro are the rod tubes. And what I would do, if you don't want to spend a ton of money on a Black Pack, you can buy the rod tubes separately. Buy the rod tubes and install them on your existing crate. As long as you don't have any problems drilling into your crate, that's a cheap alternative. I do really like my Visi Carbon Pro nav light and flag. For safety, it's absolutely critical to have. I think it's great. I keep my net in this built-in rod holder right here. Works just fine. Behind my Black Pack, I have my 24-volt battery for my Newport Vessels NK180 motor. This thing is awesome. And I can tell you, I've owned a Torqeedo, the 1103, and I don't really notice any difference in performance, in quality. In my opinion, this Newport Vessels motor is just as good, if not better. I'm very, very happy with it, and I'm very happy that it's much cheaper than the Torqeedo. Works great. Here's my foot steering cables. Showed you the pedals up there. That's how I turn left and right. You pull this cable to pull your motor out of the water, and then this cable here gives you reverse if you need it. I have installed separately this to latch my cable on for my motor. It works great. Very happy with that as well. In order to install this motor, you have to have a plate. These are sold separately and they're pricey. One downside to this is I cannot use my power pole micro anchor with this in place. They do sell aftermarket plates like this one that have a piece that goes off on either side that you could put your micro anchor. I may do that someday, but as of right now I have not done it. Looking over here, pretty much the same setup. The only difference here is I have my throttle I keep on the right side, and it works just fine. Great. I also have a cell phone RAM mount cell phone holder. I've used this same cell phone holder for several years now. Love it. It's great. So that is my 2023 Hobie Pro Angler setup for tournament fishing. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, the boat is sitting on an awesome trailer by On the Water Innovations, and I have a video where you can go and see all the details about that kayak trailer if you're interested. It is awesome. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Please smash that like button and share the videos. And until next time, this is Mr. Bass. Happy kayak fishing!